Mazba Outdoors here. First update video on my new 2024 Triumph Tiger 900 Rally Pro. You saw the intro screen there, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the screen in a second, but I do like how you can put your name in the screen. Did want to review a couple specs just to get them kind of out of the way here. Max power is 106.5 horsepower at 9,500 RPMs. I have only been able to get it to 6,000 RPMs because I'm still in the break-in period, so I haven't felt that, but I can tell you so far it feels pretty good. Only going to 6,000 RPMs. 66 foot-pounds of torque at 6,850 RPMs, and that seems pretty good. Low-end power seems fine. Good pickup. 244 millimeter front wheel travel, 230 millimeter rear wheel travel. I am still playing with the suspension. I will tell you it does dive on braking, which people talk about. It does feel soft in the rear. So I've cranked it up a little bit. I know for off-road, you're supposed to make the front with full preload, the rear with very little preload. So playing with that a little bit. And it does have a 21-inch front tire and a 17-inch rear tire. And on the road, I will tell you the 21-inch seems great. On the dirt, what I've done so far, and I have some videos in here of that, been very impressed with the handling of this, and I still have the stock tires on the bike. So very impressed so far with how this bike runs. You know, dirt roads, not a lot of trails, a little bit of a washout downhill that I'll show you here in a minute, but overall been very impressed with how this bike has been handling. So very comfortable. Seat is wide and comfortable. It's nice to have the heated seat. We're starting to creep towards fall. Had a 30-degree swing in the temperature the other day, and it was nice to just click the button and put the heated seat on and the heated grips on. Ergonomically, very easy to stand up on, very comfortable. I like the lower crash bars. I like the skid plate is pretty good. I probably will eventually upgrade that. I did order the upper crash bars. I wish it still came with the upper crash bars. Lighting's good. Fog lights are good. Just overall, very comfortable bike to ride on the road. And what little off-road I've done, it handles pretty well. I have ordered the Pirelli Scorpion Adventure tires for this to get it more off-road ready. Upper crash bars. I ordered a new windshield adjuster handle, I guess, which gives it a bar so you can mount my phone, which I use for my GPS, up on the windshield. Ordered breakaway mirrors. What else? I did order a tank bag. I had an SW Mototech rear bag already. So, you know, adding some things. I will, add a list of accessories once I get them all installed. Bark busters and a few other things to get it more ready for off-road. But overall, very, very fun bike. Excited to have this bike and sharing, a number of different things that I've done with it so far. It's only been 5 days, just went over 450 miles. So trying to get to that first service break-in and then eventual full break-in of 1,000 miles so I can do all the riding I want to do. But, very happy with the bike so far. It sits right in between my Husqvarna 701 and my BMW S1000 XR, which is exactly what I was looking to do. A little better tourer that can still do some off-road. Full tour is the BMW, full off-road is the Husqvarna. So very happy with the bike setup now. I think this is going to fit right in the middle of what I want to do. Again, I did highlight this in my first video. Looked at the F900 GS, looked at the, which couldn't get, actually, I probably would have bought that bike if it was in stock. Also looked at the KTM 890 and the Norton 901, and really came down to the camshaft issues on both those bikes. I was just concerned with the longevity of that, and I feel like this is a more reliable platform right now. Based on, since 2020, I've heard very few issues with the bike. So Excited about the bike, excited to continue to move forward, but wanted to give you initial thoughts, and also give you some video of some of the riding and some of my random thoughts over the last 4 or 5 days as I'm learning the bike. Day 2 of ownership, getting out on some on the Hamster Trail in New Hampshire. Dirt roads, still have the stock street tires on it. What are they? Bridgestone Battle Axe Adventure tires. I was hoping to swap these out maybe next week, but well, I'm still going to swap them out. But I will say after today, I'm more impressed with this than I thought. A couple quick observations. I kept it in road mode, thinking dirt roads, brand new bike, street tires. I quickly was pushing it harder than the traction control would let me. Kept cutting out, didn't like it, so put it in off-road mode, which you do have to stop for, which is one of the things about this bike people talk about. And because of that, I ended up just leaving it in off-road mode when I went back on the street. But enough dirt that it's not a lot of street, didn't matter. Anyways, was fun in off-road mode, able to spin the tire, slide it out a little bit. I have some video of that I will post later, but just a lot of fun so far. I mean, granted, just over 200 miles, but dirt roads, this thing rips. Gonna be fun today. So I'll put a lot of riding video up here, but again, first 250 miles, great bike, a lot of fun. Can't wait to get it set up the way I want, mostly tires. I think it's going to actually be a great dirt, some trail. I definitely hit some puddles and turned around and said, I'm not going to try those today. But with better tires, I would try them, so I'm looking forward to that and see what it can do. So it's really nice, the controls here on the left and on the right are backlit. So when you're riding at night, you can easily see all the controls are. And I like the way those lights look at night. That is pretty cool. That's low beam, do high beam. High beam shuts the fog lights off, puts the second headlight on. So, pretty good. So you can see here the range of the fog lights, that bar that I'm swinging back and forth. So, good coverage at night with fog lights. Here's another demonstration of that, just pulling into a trailhead parking lot, and you can see that it really lights the trail up right in front of you and wide. On the road, it does, you do outdrive it, so you need the high beams, but going slow on the trail, that's a nice field of vision. Just got back from another ride, day 2.5 of having the Rally Pro. Just went over 300 miles. 340 miles, I think, is what it is now. So past the first break-in milestone, which was to get to 300 miles. Had to keep it under, or recommended to keep it under 5,000 RPMs. I did that in 90% of the time, 95% of the time, every once in a while. But now you can go up to 6, and let me tell you, it's a different bike. Just 1,000 RPMs. It's revs out. I can't believe it goes up to 9.5 as redline. So it'll be interesting to see what this thing feels like when it's completely released. So this section of trail here is not maintained, and you can see we're starting to go downhill here, and you get into the wooded area, more wooded area, and there's quite a bit of washout here. So what is on the trail is pretty rocky, and then where the washout collects, it is really soft sand. So this is Nothing too bad, but street tires, first day on the bike, 500-pound bike coming down here. I was a little nervous, but overall it handled things really well. We'll be very excited to get the better tires on here. I'll also get the upper crash bar, so if I do drop it, maybe protected, bark busters, things I need to still add. But did really well coming down the hill there. So really thrilled with how it handled this. Again, day and a half, first full day, second actual day. And street tires, we said this a few times in the video, but it handled things really well. I'm very impressed with the bike in the very short time I had it. Hope you enjoyed the video and would appreciate a like. There'll be more to come. I did want to talk about the dash a little bit. I mentioned earlier, and I've read some reviews, that it's a difficult dash to work with. I will tell you, it's a beautiful dash, and there is a ton of information on this dash. The challenge is you have to go across a lot of different screens and menus to get all that information. So it is a little difficult to learn. After 5 days now, I am learning it and starting to get a lot better with the dash and be able to get to the things that I want to get to. But I will tell you, there is a ton of information. Control your music, control your GoPro, check the mileage, trip. Tells you when you get a text or a phone call. So it does a lot, but it is a little bit to get used to.